Sun shines on the Doric columns of the Town Hall Theatre, Galway. Inside, delegates pick up their credentials, leafing through the programme over morning coffee. Pádraig Naughton, Executive Director, Arts and Disability Ireland.
We wanted a conference that would take people away from their desks and where we could get them into the zone of seeing really high quality arts and disability work, and also discussing how we make that work and the work of the arts in general in Ireland accessible to people with disabilities.
Accompanied by an ISL interpreter, Orla McBride, Director of the Arts Council.
So today and tomorrow really does provide an important opportunity for the arts sector, for the disability sector and for other sectors to come together and to learn more about each other's practice, to share expertise and experience and to connect with others who work in this area already or who are interested in working in this area in the future.
We were delighted to bring Creative Connections to Galway because not only have we been working on it and developing it as a conference with the support of the Arts Council, but we've also been working in a development capacity in Galway and with a number of other local authorities in developing arts and disability for many years now.
The audience gathers as different speakers take the stage. Interview with Emma Bennison, CEO, Arts Access Australia.
I think it's really essential that we avail ourselves of opportunities like today to reach out and connect with other people who are doing similar work to us, whether that be artistic work or whether that be as leaders or advocates for the arts.
Jo Verrant, Senior Producer of Unlimited.
I think networking is really, really crucial because it helps you develop your own practice, it reminds you of the things that you promised that you would do, but it's not just about talking to the people who are here, it's also about having those conversations with the people who aren't here and spreading those networks wider.
Louise Bruton, journalist, leglesindublin.com.
I found that we just scratched the surface of a lot of big topics, and you could tell from the audience as well that a lot of people's points of views were being changed and questions were being asked that hadn't been asked before or things that people hadn't thought about before. So I think it's kind of woken a lot of people up to big issues.
Stephanie Preissner, theatre maker and screenwriter.
It's important. I mean, it's just not a discussion I would be having if I wasn't at this conference. Do you know what I mean? None of these discussions would be happening.
Betty Siegel, Director of Accessibility, John F. Kennedy Centre for the Performing Arts.
I think it really does require convenings like Creative Connections to bring a community together, to really sit down and say, we as a community have the greatest capacity to address some of these challenging social issues.
I think it really rejuvenates you and energises you and gives you new ideas, because I think the work can be very isolating and it can feel as though you're the only person doing what you're doing.
Hannah Goodwin, Manager of Accessibility, Museum of Fine Arts, Boston.
Oh, I think it's hugely important. I think the way that things move forward is that we learn from each other, that we borrow from each other.
Shots of social events cut through the interviews. Mary Nugent, dancer.
To share our knowledge as well. We all have very different bits of knowledge that we've just stumbled upon that aren't written anywhere.
Jess Thom, writer, performer and artist, Tourette's hero.
Lots of the way disability talked about in society is very linear and just describes it in one way, and being able to push against that and find new ways to talk about ourselves and our experience feels really critical to helping people think differently about disability and to creating more inclusive communities.
Artists engage with each other in panel discussions. Rachel Gadsden, artist.
So wherever you are, at whatever stage you're at, you're always making new work and having to make new connections. Creative Connections is what it's all about.
Audience members take the microphone to carry on the discussion in Q&A sessions. They applaud each contribution, from the talks in the Town Hall Theatre to the brightly lit showcase night in the Black Box. A colourful logo appears, Creative Connections, followed by funders, the Arts Council, Ignite, That's Life, Galway 2020, the Creative Europe Desk, Ireland, British Council and the US Embassy Ireland. Creative Connections, January 27th and 28th, 2016. Town Hall Theatre and Black Box Galway. Video by shoottokill.ie.